A deal on Dickens, who could resist? A stack of Austen, warmly kissed. Golden Age crime tales twist and turn, every page a treasure to learn. Books keep coming home with me, piles so tall they're all I see. Turn a page and sail the sea, reading always feels so free.
Hi, my name is Talia. Welcome to Talia Nerds Out. I meant to do this book haul a bit ago because this is partially a birthday / Thrift Books had a double points day book haul. And I just kept waiting for different things to come in. But yeah, like I said, a good portion of this is birthday, and like I said, Thrift Books had quite a nice double points day, and then it had, like, for Martin Luther King Day, it had some other things going on as well, so worked out nicely. All that's to say that I have quite a few books to show. I think the first one I'll show is the one that's not really related to the others. On my birthday, we ended up watching Fiddler on the Roof, so the classic musical, and I decided that I wanted to read the source material for Fiddler on the Roof. And this is there's several short story collections by the author Sholem Aleichem. I'm probably mangling that, but this is the main one that apparently the musical is based off of. Tevye the Dairyman and the railroad stories, excuse me. So they apparently, the creator, Sholem. Okay, so why do they have a different last name here? So they have Aleichem here, and in the back it says, that was his pen name, because his actual name is Rabinovich. And he was considered the Jewish Mark Twain. And there are 21 tales in here that examine human nature and modernity as they're perceived by men and women riding the trains from stel to stel. So I've never read the source material, quite interested in doing so. He has other short story collections. A lot of times Tevye and the Dairyman's also seen with a short story collection about Motul. Then there's also Tevye's Daughters. There's several short story collections. But I settled on this one because this was the recommended one for people who wanted to start with Sholem's work. So then after that, some of this might actually be Christmas as well. Like Christmas money. So this one here is Martin Edwards' Miss Winter in the Library with a Knife. And apparently, I gathered that you're kind of encouraged to play along, because it's find the clues, play along, solve the murder first. So it seemed like it would be something that might be important to have the physical form. This Martin Edwards, you might know the name from the British Library Crime Classics. He's the not protector, but the conserver and the propagator of Golden Age mysteries that have previously been lesser known or kind of forgotten. So he's the big name behind that, the British Library Crime Classics. He writes all the forewords, he puts together the short story collections, and he also has his own work. One of his own works that I had previously read was his history he wrote on the Golden Age, which is called The Golden Age of Murder, and I thoroughly enjoyed that book. This is one of his mysteries, though, and he was at one point the president of the Detection Club. I believe he might still be a member, but I don't think he's still the president. So I look forward to eventually reading this. The title honestly is what caught my attention, and he definitely is he's trying to make you think of Clue, obviously, that you can tell with the cover. So Besides that, I have here Shadow on the Wall, the first novel about Mr. Reginald Fortune, special advisor to Scotland Yard. And I know why I ended up picking up this one. This one was because of one of the authors in, I want to say it was it was Serpents in Eden, that short story collection from British Library Crime Classics. One of the authors was H.C. Bailey, and I really enjoyed his short story. And this is his novel with his character, Reginald Fortune. So I look forward to reading his longer work. I really enjoyed his short story. Then I have, let me make sure that I don't have any non-British Library Crime Classic ones here before I continue. I think most of these are British Library Crime Classics. And it's like almost every other one is a free book credit because I had double credits going. Okay, actually these two were not. So this one, I waited till after Christmas to pick this one up, but I saw it for a good price and I wanted to grab it before I couldn't get it. So this is The Life of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the Man Who is Sherlock Holmes, by John Dickson Carr. And John Dickson Carr, also known as Carter Dickson, was a member of the Detection Club, and apparently he wrote a biography of Arthur Conan Doyle, talked to Arthur Conan Doyle's family members, and all that. And this is just like a nice, normal paperback size, so, like, I don't know, it's a comfortable size. I like the sizes of my normal, like, British Library Crime Classics and everything, but this is kind of like, makes you think of some of the paperbacks I would have read when I was a kid or whatever, you know, just kind of curled up on the couch. So I guess these are, what, the trade paperback size? Anyway, look forward to eventually reading this. Around the same size also is Christiana Brand's Tour de Force. This was the best price I could get for this. This is a British Library Crime Classic one. It's just, I don't have that particular edition just because I wasn't going to spend extra for the British Library Crime Classic cover, even though I like the British Library Crime Classic cover. But this is Tour de Force. I do like Christiana Brand. What amused me is when I was reading about the book, they said that the inspector was trying to, ignore his fellow companions on this trip by hiding in a murder mystery that he was reading, which amused me greatly, which made me go and try to hunt it down to find an inexpensive version. Okay, now this leads on to the British Library Crime Classics. Like I said, just about every other one is a free one. Actually, before I go into the actual British Library Crime Classics, this one was a free book credit because I don't know I would have picked it up otherwise. Although you'd think it'd be right up my alley. This is Josephine Tay, The Daughter of Time. So it sounds almost like it's a mixture of fiction and non-fiction. She takes a fictional character, Inspector Alan Grant, but has him investigate Richard III and the particular case. It sounds like particularly the Princess in the Tower mystery, and trying to clear Richard III's name. Now, I've never particularly been a Ricardian. I know that Richard III has his, there's Richard III societies. People are like crazy into Richard III. It seems like there's very strong opinions on both ends. My exposure to Richard III initially was from Alison Weir's book, Princess in the Tower, and she definitely seemed to believe that Richard III was the perpetrator. It honestly makes sense that he, based off of the politics at the time, it wouldn't be the first time a king murdered his rivals. So it made sense to me that that would be the chain of events. But it appears that Josephine Tay actually did quite a bit of research in her attempt to clear Richard III's name in this book. And this was written, I guess, about the time they discovered Richard III's... Yeah, a story made even more compelling by the recent discovery of Richard III's remains beneath the parking lot in Leicester, I think, England. Now, I don't know if this was written before that discovery and then this is like a new edition, and that's why they're bringing it up again. Let's see, this was originally written in... Okay, copyright 1951. So I don't think that I think that the finding of Richard III's remains was much more recent than that. So it must be that this is a reissue. But yeah, I look forward to reading this. She'll have to do quite a bit of work to change my mind about Richard III, but I'm interested to see if she can do that, because I have to admit I'm going in with an anti-Richard III bias. But I will try to be open-minded and see if she can change my mind. With keeping in mind that this is also a fictional work. But like I say, it kind of seems to walk that interesting line of, yes, it's fiction, but she's also trying to investigate a nonfiction. I might jump from this one when I read this into reading my actual, I think I have a biography of Richard III. So when I do eventually read this, maybe I should go from this to the Richard III biography and see what I think. But yes, this one was a free book credit. I think I got a nice cover with it. Now for the British Library Crime Classics. And I can't remember which ones were free book credits and which weren't, because they kind of, like I said, they were kind of alternating back and forth. Now, unfortunately, this one was not a free book credit. I actually ended up getting a refund on this because this was so damaged when it came to me. I ended up paying like $9 for this, and it came to me with, I've repaired it since, a torn cover. This page was coming out. This page was coming out. And this actually had a big hole in it. I had to tape down the part that was torn of the hole. If you can, I don't know if you can see the light shining through the hole here. I don't think it's obvious, but there was a hole right here, and I taped it down. And there were a couple areas that were just a little bit torn, but the text itself was in pretty good shape. But I wrote to Thrift Books and said, hey, with the page half torn out, with a big hole in the cover page and a little bit of a tear in the cover itself, I wouldn't have picked this up for $9 if I had seen it in person. They granted me a refund and said I could keep the book. And I was like, well, this is a readable copy. So I mended it because I would have been mad if I had to pay for it. But since it was now a free book, I didn't mind keeping it and repairing it. And then I allowed myself to pick up a different British Library Crime Classic, which will be coming in. So this is actually a free book now. And like I said, it's in a bit of rough shape at the beginning, but I've made it so it's not the prettiest book that I have, but it is definitely a readable copy. And yeah, I was able to repair it. Like I said, I don't think you can see where the hole was. It's right here where the tape was. And it was a hole about that big. And it had a flap of the paper, which is why I was able to repair it. I don't know how that got past them, so they rated it very good quality, because that was not very good quality. Then I have here Murder in the Museum by John Rowland. So, this is another John Rowland. So this is Calamity in Kent by John Rowland. This is Murder in the Museum by John Rowland. I should see which one comes first so I can read them in order, if it's the same detective. I'm not sure which one I want to read first. Initially, I actually had this set aside to start next month, but I might start this one next. I'm not sure. I'll see which one comes first. Then I have The Sussex Down Murder by John Bood. I love the way these covers feel and the way they look. Two-Way Murder by E.C.R. Lorac. Blood on the Tracks. I know that Debs got this recently for Christmas, I want to say. And this one I do remember this one was a birthday gift. I can't remember which ones are birthday gifts, which one were thrift books, and which one were free books necessarily. But this one I know was a birthday gift. So I know there is a railroad railway read along, I think in February. I don't remember who's running it, so I might start this during that time period. The Wheel Spins. This one I picked up with the idea of birthday money being used towards that. And this is the basis of the Hitchcock film, The Lady Vanishes. So I look forward to reading this. I read a book that kept referencing the movie. So I want to read this book first, and then I want to watch the movie. And I'm interested in seeing how that will actually adjust, like maybe how that'll enrich my experience of reading the, darn it, why is it Timothy Zahn books series escaping my mind right now? Quadrail. I'll see if how that actually enriches my reading of Quadrail series next time, every time they bring up The Lady Vanishes. I think it's interesting that they chose to change the title for the movie. I guess Lady Vanishes they thought was a more exciting title. You can get this book under the Lady Vanishes title, but this is the title that the British Library Crime Classics decided to go with. And I do like this author's writing style. I read Ethelina White in Serpents in Eden. Her story was one of my favorites in that collection. Let's see, Murder of a Lady. I can't remember if this one was a free book or one that I used with to make the double points to get another free book. Scottish Mystery by Anthony Wynne. I believe he's a new to me author. I don't think I've read him in any of the short stories. This one, I'm pretty sure was a birthday gift. Murder at the Manor, Country House Mysteries, of course, Martin Edwards. Another nice short story collection. I've come to actually, even though I don't prefer short stories for mysteries, I actually have been enjoying the short story collections because even if I don't enjoy every short story, I am finding, oh, I like this author's style, and then I veer off and check out that author's work. And since so many of them have been released also in British Library Crime Classics, it causes me to, go, oh, I'll start with this one for the British Library Crime Classics, even though I intend to read most of them. This is another ECR Lorac. This one was a birthday gift. Was this a birthday gift? I'm pretty sure this is a birthday gift as well. Murder by Matchlight. I like the title of that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this was a birthday gift. I know I had it on my Amazon wish list. Now, I can't remember for Checkmate for Murder. I think I actually picked this one up. This one might have been a free book credit. This is another ECR Lorac. I have quite a few of hers now. Mostly, actually, I think all of them are British Library Crime Classics. This one was a birthday gift. The Dead Shall Be Raised and The Murder of a Quack. That last title is fun. And I guess that they're two classic cases, so I guess these are novellas in here. That's the only reason I can think of why they didn't release these separately. And yes, I know there's quite a few of them here. I'm building up my British Library Crime Classics collection. The Cornish Coast. Sorry about that, my alarm went off. The Cornish Coast Murder by John Bood. I think I've read, I know I've read at least a John Bood short story. I don't know that I've actually read one of his full novels yet. Another Ethelina White. I love this title. Fear Stalks the Village. So I really look forward to this one. This one is another one where the title I really enjoy. Post After Postmortem, an Oxfordshire mystery, ECR Lorac. And the idea is that something arrives in the mail for the person who dies after their death. And I'm not sure. Let's see. Where does it say? Oh, here we go. Despite some suspicions from the family, the verdict at inquest is suicide. But when Ruth's brother Richard receives a letter from the deceased, which is delayed in the post, he enlists the help of Chief Inspector MacDonald. So, look forward to this. And I do love the feel of these books. I have two more here. Yes, this was quite a book haul between birthday, some leftover Christmas ones I didn't get a chance to show, and then lower prices, like there were some sales, plus some free books from thrift books. This one is The Female Detective by Andrew Forrester. I read, I think, one of his short stories. I know he was a Detection Club member. I don't think I've read one of his full-length novels yet, though. Now, I have read one of Michael Gilbert's full-length novels. I need to do a book review on it. I just finished it. I finished Sky High, which was this month's British Library Crime Classic release. This one is Smallbone Deceased. Now, I know for certain this was a free book credit. So, yes. Because I've started to really build up my collection, I now have printed out a list of the ones that are there. I need to make sure I have all the ones I own checked off before I put them away. So that way I don't accidentally get doubles, because it's so easy to do so when you're hunting sales, because you don't necessarily remember all the ones you get, and the first thing you see is like, oh, sale. But yes, the nice thing about these, I know, is I'll read them more than once, because I see mysteries, particularly Golden Age mysteries, as my comfort reads. So when I'm not feeling well, or when I'm in a bit of a reading slump, I can turn to a Golden Age mystery to kind of get me restarted. So it's nice to have the variety of the Golden Age mysteries to pull from, because in the past I've pretty much had Agatha Christie, because I hadn't really known too much about the other Golden Age mystery authors before coming to BookTube. BookTube has done a lot to expand my knowledge of the Golden Age mysteries, and I've been really grateful for that, because I've really enjoyed this exploration, and these are books that I will enjoy and re-enjoy for many years to come. But yeah, let me put away my list of British Library crime classics. That's it for this book haul. I am going to catalog these books, put them away, and I will see you the next time. God bless. Bye-bye.
Books keep coming home with me, piles so tall they're all I see. Turn a page and sail the sea. Reading always feels so free.